I'm not dancing, Gio, okay? Music is good, but don't dance. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a belly dancer. He just doesn't want you guys to see.
Okay, no. We've had 3 fantastic games where we had wins from the likes of Unity, InsideGames, and the third game that we had in Miramar was overtaken by Northern Lights. As we get on to this last game of the day, look at the standings. 3D maps.
They're out of the bottom 4. They did it. Northern Lights, they're at 11th right now.
Hell yeah, boy.
Although that makes things a little bit harder for Tempest, who have been playing fairly well and still struggling to get out of that situation.
Well, Tempest still scored 2 points in that last game, so it's kind of better than a kick in the face. Last Crew also scored 2 points, so it's not a positive, but it's not a negative for Tempest. And definitely, of course, it's positive is Northern Lights. Nice to see them jump into the top 12, but they definitely have more to prove, more to offer in these games. Can they make it count on Sanhok? You said you liked that playing trajectory.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I said to you before broadcast today, I really want the final circle to be at the fork in the river. And you laughed at me and you were like, wow,
well,
that's
normally the circle doesn't really go where the plane trajectory is. Yeah, normally it goes opposite.
Still want it to be there. It doesn't change. So I like that at least like, well, I don't know. I just like that it goes over that
Ariana
area.
Grande, but that ain't happening anytime soon.
All right.
You know, like.
That's not my problem. That's a you problem.
No, it's fairness, like, it's definitely not directly a me problem, like, you know.
Oh, wow, is it an Ariana problem?
Yeah, it's an Ariana Grande problem. Anyway, so the teams are just, what I do like about the playing trajectory, and I know it's Sanhok, so the map is obviously smaller than the other maps, is that the team will roughly be able to get pretty much where they want to. They're spread out quite effectively. You have Northern Lights going in that usual 1-1-1-1 split in the center area. You have PG18 going into Boot Camp and InsideGames going into Paradise Resort.
Yeah, everybody's spread out quite nice. Where did I say I wanted the circle?
It's only phase 1.
Okay, I know.
Sunshine.
It's only phase 1, but there's still a chance. Because the little fork in the river is in that circle.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Now, when we look at the teams and we look at Sanhok, of course, the team that has been dominating has been ELGIGANTEN. All of their chicken dinners have been on this map. In the group stages, we saw Team MOOPHEUS, but when it came to the finals, they've been a little bit lackluster other than yesterday where they got a second place, but only with 10 points.
Yeah, and ELGIGANTEN, after yesterday, they fell from 6th to 7th place, so this would really be ideal for them to try and raise things up a little bit. But, we did speak about it yesterday, how there are some of these teams who are great at Sanhok, and then it's quite divisive where there are some who just really aren't. We want to be looking at, teams as well, like YMCA. They didn't have a good game in Miramar, which is sort of ironic given that they won Miramar yesterday. But Sanhok is actually generally their best map, so... want to be looking at if they want to pick things up to be coming back through in this map as well. Especially as we've had some shake-ups in who's been getting the first. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so those teams that have been more typically good at Sanhok, those are the ones who need to rely on this map to kind of lift them up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, definitely. And Unity, they've only scored 8 points as of the start of the week in Sanhok in 4 games, so... a good result will in Sanhok will not only follow on what they've had over the last couple of days, but will of course kind of break that duct in Sanhok. Team MOOPHEUS are making their way across the river where ELGIGANTEN are in that corner area that you talked about. Let me guess, Last Crew are going to get on boats.
Do you say that in every Sanhok cast?
Well, it's happened in every Sanhok
Well,
cast.
I mean, yeah, but...
Hell, it's probably happened in the Sanhok cast that they haven't played in.
Look, I was going to say that Team MOOPHEUS going up to ELGIGANTEN was a risk, and it turned out to be a massive risk. Yeah. Members being knocked down there.
Like...
Why would you do that?
Well, it's not just why would you do that. I have no problem with you doing that, but you gotta, like...
do it well.
It's not that you got to do well, but if you've done any kind of, let's say, VOD review, if you've done any kind of research, you'll know that ELGIGANTEN, they land around that kind of east coast of that West Island. they like to hang around there, and they're going to look to stick together, especially when the circle is inside where they dropped. And now they're going to make their way up north after catching out 2 members of Team Moves Milky Way. They're looking to occupy the center circle. They want to get onto the high ground because that high ground is very, very important. It might shift away, but there's a really strong chance that if it goes in that direction by phase 3, phase 4, and you have the high ground, you're able to catch out the other teams. As Airstation Mike, they're looking to catch out the side of ELGIGANTEN.
Yeah, ELGIGANTEN moved up on them quite quickly. So the fact that Airstation Mike, they do have this high ground, that is going to give them a good situation here to try and land some shots. And look, they're just actually trying to ensure they can't get away on any of those vehicles. That's going to give them a much better chance at winning out these fights potentially. And of course, it'll be just easier for pretty much any other team if ELGIGANTEN are sort of put out of commission.
Yeah, it kind of will be a little bit, considering they being the Kings of Sanhok. Airstation Mike, Jazza initially gone there on his own. The rest of his team is now supporting them, other than Hugstar, who's actually across the bridge now making his way through. Unity are on the mainland in the west coast side in that corner direction. InsideGames have moved away from Paradise Resort. PGA have started to move away from Boot Camp. Quick Math are down the south direction in the Booth Camp, and now Milky Way, they're looking for Airstation Mike because they have the high ground. They got there before Airstation Mike. They have the
high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all kind of playing on levels right now. Now I'll just have a look and see what Unity are doing, so they can actually see InsideGames, and, well, Tornado Energy have their eyes on them. And this is the thing with Sanhok. It's such a small map that everyone kind of has their eyes on everybody. So Alia's just kind of getting lined up on those members of Team Moops, the remaining 2. Doran and Hawkeye. And Hawkeye's actually really low health as well. I'm not feeling too confident for Team Moops.
Yeah, it's a tough game so far for them in Sanhok. If they stay kind of prone down, if they just kind of lay low for a bit, they're inside the circle. They could catch out a couple of teams rotating up. Last group decided not to get in the boat. It's a goddamn miracle. Jazza getting caught out by Ostring of Airstation Mike. That connect will come through. Kill confirmed, and Airstation Mike down to 3 players. The Moots do finally get eliminated at the hands of last crew, making their way across that bridge, but do get connected on by Tornado Energy.
There's a potential rookie error there from Airstation Mike, because Jazza was caught up right out in the open, and they should have realized, or at least checked their flanks to be like, okay, there's gonna be some people potentially looking at us. It's a small map, there are other high grounds, and they put themselves in a position that made them really vulnerable.
It was just the fact that maybe it was a little bit of tunnel vision, that they were focused so much on where
that's my point,
that
they just forgot to kind of check.
And
be more vigilant.
Yeah, they did get a little bit caught out, but they still have it right now. This phase 2 is going to actually shift to the east.
Dream's not dead yet.
The tri area that you talk about, the tri-bridge area, is definitely still in the circle. But what's really interesting and crazy is that teams that were on the northwest island have got to kind of make the call. Do we go into the mainland?
Yeah.
Or do we stay where we are? It seems like most of them are deciding to make their way into the mainland. ELGIGANTEN are heading in that direction. Last crew who got the better of Team Moops are making their way through. Quick Math had started going up to the northwest, but they've turned around.
Here's the thing is, what ELGIGANTEN and Airstation Mike are kind of doing here is they're ensuring that they control those bridges, so that if Milky Way then decide that they want to make that rotation, because they're sort of relying on what those other 2 teams are doing now, because they have the bridge control. So that's going to make it really hard for them.
But the good thing for Milky Way is because they have the high ground going down that hill, they're not getting caught out. There's nobody putting them under pressure. And they have the vision where they know that Airstation Mike are going to be there. So they can at least hold out where they are for now and wait for Airstation Mike to make their way across the bridge.
Just seeing what Quick Math are doing here. Not far away from BetterLuckNxTime, who, they had a decent game on Miramar. Came in 3rd. Tornado Energy taking a nice family trip down the road. They're
going on a safari.
Yeah.
Park. They're going to visit the lions and the tigers and the zebras and the giraffes.
They have zebras in a jungle? I don't think zebras are... I think they're more like savannah animals.
I'm not good at, like...
Animals?
Stuff. Yeah, I'm not good at animals.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Diggory not having a good day. And he's going to have a nade thrown onto him as well. Zampeek as well going to be falling to Snoopy, one of our good players. Odstrelovac trying to retaliate. But look, Zampeek had another nade thrown on him, and now he's such low health, and none of his teammates are really around to do anything about it. And with this flank that Orange is making here, he could potentially get a good shot down onto him. Okay, well, Zampeek, yeah, there we go. He's going to actually finally fall alongside Moon, who's taken down by Hani.
Yeah, with that bolt action, Tempest are not afraid to make it out into Sanhok. The boom being called out. Joker now down to 2 players that are up and active for them. The revive has actually come out. So leaving Joker still as a 3-man team. Bookie with that bolt action, trying to connect on through. Compot takes down Solar of 3D Max. Phantom is in that vehicle, getting away for now. At least 1 kill will go in the favor of Tornado Energy that are down in the south side of this circle. The teams are rotating through. With that shift that went to the east, teams did come together a little bit closer. The AUG on Compact connects onto Solar. Hey, look, you know, he got a nice little juicy crate for himself, got that level 3 gear and got an AUG.
Everyone likes a juicy little crate. I like actually how there's 2 kind of sat in the middle of the river right there. No one's really likely to go for those. Just a little bit too difficult. But there we go. All right, so now the dream is dead, but we are keeping boot camp within the circle, which could be interesting as that's where PG-18 are currently situated. But we have quite a high density of those squads down in the bottom half of the current in the current circle. So they've all got to kind of move up. We're seeing teams like Tornado Energy really be aggressed upon by YMCA as they start to move on up.
Like, if I was Tornado Energy, if they do have access to vehicle, I don't think they do, but even if they don't, I know the circle's kind of closing in the next 25 seconds, but I would risk going into the blue zone and making that rotation up north. We see 3D Max are doing it in the blue zone, but they do have vehicles to their advantage. We are now seeing Quick Math and YMCA coming together. It is outside the circle. Quick Math are kind of hold on to the edge of it. As BetterLuckNxTime connecting, trying to find a shot on the comp of Tornado Energy as they're pushing their way through, trying to find a bit of a slot, getting closer to the edge of the circle. A lot of shots being put on through. KnorkiS was taken down to very low health by Tornado Energy, at least giving Tornado Energy a bit more space to get into the circle, go across that road without being caught out for now. Time will tell.
Well, ToWzErA going to be taken down by ghostar. Not good there for Airstation Mike because he is there. IGL, they kind of need him, and they also need that optimism to kind of, you know, believe that they can survive out longer. But Faultlessly taking some shots here onto Tornado Energy. Just watching out because there's a number of members who are kind of on the flank and really trying to be vigilant there. But Compot's going to be going down to Hjort as Tempest sit at the top of that hill there. And that gives them a really good sight set. Taking some shots onto Furex as well.
Yeah, just 3D Max, they pull on through. They've successfully gotten onto the high ground for now, but with Jokers putting pressure on them. Let's see if they can just look to heal up before they get vision, get awareness of where all the teams are around them. Melman push on through, gonna open the door, gonna find a side of BetterLuckNxTime. KnorkiS just running away from those bullets. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. KnorkiS and Arctics just trying to get away. Tornado Energy have done a great job of pushing into the area that BetterLuckNxTime held onto. ToWzErA, kill confirmed by KnorkiS of ELGIGANTEN. Turbo Banani putting more pressure on the BetterLuckNxTime. The third party coming on through. YMCA gonna make an effective position of the edge of the circle.
YMCA, they did have a little bit of a miserable last round, but now BetterLuckNxTime Fate. He's bringing Example down, a great player to be ending. Arctic's adding on to that with Melman, so it's looking like this team who have had some troubles over the last couple of weeks, turning things around. KnorkiS is going to be falling to Hjort. but not before they managed to get some value for themselves. Now Sakura getting onto Jappy. This fight between YMCA and Last Crew. Rip's gonna bring Sakura down. AKA skills falling, Muck falling as well. Looking like YMCA are gonna be winning this one out.
Oh, but Rip is there. Can Rip be the thorn in the side of YMCA? Getting 2 kills on to their members, leaving KnorkiS up left standing, and he's pinched both by Last Crew. Better luck next time. And quick math, we did see phase 4 shift up northwards, and who has the center of the circle? Northern Lights once again holding on to that tri-road compound. You have Unity on the outside of boot camp in those warehouses. DP has connected on to Marcelek of ELGIGANTEN. Milky Way, they made their way across successfully from the west side, breaching onto boot camp, pushing whoever was in their way. That was PG18, who are now down south on the edge of the circle.
Well, Milky Way are going to potentially be able to hold on to the top right corner of boot camp, but the fact is the circle is moving somewhat away. It's going to be a little bit of a risk, especially as Unity are so close to them as well. Now we're seeing a little bit of a fight coming out between Jokers and Tornado Energy, but Tornado do have the high ground here. Temper's not far away either. And actually, Ali is just trying to run and catch up with this ever-moving blue zone right now.
Yeah, it's really tough. They're on the east side of this blue zone, trying to make their way into circle. Tempest are there. The rest of Jokers are inside the circle. Tempest are pushing on through. Rip, the final member of Last Crew, is ahead of KnorkiS, but can KnorkiS catch him out? Last Rip gets caught out by fEJK. Better luck next time. That's going to be Last Crew eliminated in 15th place. We are going to see a lot of these teams fall pretty soon, because as we get into this next phase, it's going to shrink. We still have 42 players alive. It's going to get damn crazy.
No. PG18 taking some shots. Arctic's going to go down, and Ali is going to be falling to the tab on the side of Jokers as well. As you see a lot of these gunfights happening now. As you say, Imperium, it's going to happen. Fate going to be falling to the Wanderer, but then D's, PG18, but D's managing to get back on Arctics. Better luck next time's going to be eliminated, and only 12 teams left now.
Yeah, time is of the essence, as we got 40 seconds before the blue zone starts closing in. It did shift up once again to the northeast, leaving Northern Lights in the center of compound. The compound that Unity holds onto, those warehouses, is still inside the circle.
And Northern Lights, this is the second time this has happened now, where they've ended up in the center of the circle. If they can repeat what they were able to do on Miramar, then this could work out very well for them. 20 seconds until the play area is restricted. Some of these teams still sitting outside. iZoom's going to be falling to Peltzage, and Milky Way's one of these teams that's going to be struggling as they are outside that circle area, but managing to turn one of their shots back around onto Peltzage. In the meantime, Hjort's going to be falling as well to the tab. So there's extra pressure outside this circle now, Imperium.
Definitely on the east side, you have Tempest, you have PG18, you have Jokers, but you also have InsideGames and 3D Max. They're connecting onto each other. Seniks was knocked down, but Furax got returned by Pixelix with the grenade thrown out. He does actually take his teammate out, unfortunately. Phantom and Noki trying to dodge, took the dive and dodge behind those rocks. This Quick Math do get taken out in 12th place by Milky Way. It was going to be hard for Quick Math. Phantom going to throw a Molotov out there, trying to spread that fire at the hand of InsideGames. Both these teams are on the northwest side of the circle. Milky Way eliminated in 11th. Unity connecting onto Milky Way very effectively, edge circling them very nicely. And now Tempest go down in 10th place. Boom goes the dynamite. These players are dropping like flies, Gio.
Kind of unsurprising there. The Tempest went down given how close PG18 were. And Moon, he wasn't even facing in the right direction, but he was still able to turn the kill back around. Now he's just going to be sitting in this hut. A dangerous place as these nades are going to be thrown in, but thus far he's been able to survive. But eventually he's going to have to get out if he wants to land some of the shots onto these members. But in the meantime, Deez is actually going to be shot on himself. So that means only Ubik is going to be paying attention, and KnorkiS from YMCA as well.
Yeah, and PG18 focusing so much on Jokers that they have forgotten about Northern Lights, who have that center compound. Those buildings are very nicely spread out by this team. PG18, they've done very well in this game so far. They've 8 kills already. InsideGames, they hold on to the northwest, but they have to make their way into the circle. You have Airstation Mike and ELGIGANTEN. They're going to come very close to each other outside the circle. And now the play is being restricted. ghostar connects onto Hugstar. Sanhok connects onto Recrent. InsideGames trying to get the better of PG18 if they can, and tell you what, ELGIGANTEN, they got the better of Airstation Mike, who go down in 8th place.
And it was kind of unsurprising there, given what we know about ELGIGANTEN. But in the meantime, Yubica's going to be falling down as his teammate, the Wanderer, is trying to get these shots onto the members of Unity. But that's going to mean that they're no longer a full squad. Falling, having to heal himself as none of his teammates are there to help, although Recrent's actually moving forward onto him. In the meantime, Orange is going to be bringing now KnorkiS, but Innocutive gets shots onto him in return. This is pretty aggressive here because Unity, they've got these teams on either side. ELGIGANTEN to the north, Northern Lights to the east, and PG18 down to the southeast as well. And that's why Innocutive's being shot on again. Quizzy as well as ELGIGANTEN add on to that.
Yeah, it's so tough indeed for Unity on the west side of the circle. Elgig, as you said, and PG18 pinching them very nicely, but this fight still rages on between 3D Max and ELGIGANTEN. Wait, no, just as I say that, I cast a curse myself, and 3D Max do get taken out in 7th place. 6 teams. We got 15 players popping off left, right, and center. Snoopy returning the fire onto Elgig, saying, you take my teammate out, I'm going to return and clap back my friend as MOORPHEUS down to 22 health, managing to heal up. PG18 are going to get the better of Jokers. He did a great job, Moon. He survived as long as he could, but it's only a matter of time as Northern Lights. Spyro did get knocked down, so it's going to keep them a little bit at bay of the rest of the teams that are around them as we are going into Phase 8. Snoopy gets taken down. PG18 looking so strong, getting these kills as Unity go out in 5th.
Yeah, Unity, you can tell they just wanted to kind of take those points away from the remaining teams. Northern Lights still remaining in the center, but ELGIGANTEN going to be eliminated. This team, we said, were the kings of Sanhok and played pretty aggressively, getting a lot of damage and kills thus far.
Careful.
They will be going down, and now Perfectus, he's looking for his next prey. Northern Lights still holding on to this center, but look how InsideGames are moving in.
Like, I want to give a big shout out to PG18. They've split up very nicely as a 3-man team. These was able to create that distraction that was allowing Recrank to connect onto Perfected and also leave Wander in a position where he could safely get into the edge of the last circle. But now it's closing in 25 seconds before we get into the final circle. Also, InsideGames can catch out Northern Lights as well, as Deez is just going around this building looking for Deep, just trying to stay prone down. Position around. Will Wander and Deez go into that building together? Will they look to catch out Deep and put Northern Lights under even more pressure? 13 kills for PG18 in this game alone.
The problem the Northern Lights have is that split attention. So now seeing OK Bro and Spiro stay close together. Deep's going to be throwing in a smoke, hoping to try and protect himself, but he is in a dangerous situation. And those members of PG18 are so close to him. InsideGames looking to move on forward. Pixelic's going to take that initiative. And that nade coming in. Deep going solo down to 7 HP. But these members of PG18 know where he is. OK Bro's going to be shot down on by Pixelic, though. This is getting dire straits.
The Sultans of Swing are going to come through. OK Bro, Spyro connecting onto each other right now. Northern Lights are holding on to try and get into at least the top 2. OK Bro gonna get taken out. Seniks connects onto these. So PG18, they were so focused on Northern Lights as the connection comes through. PG18 eliminated in 3rd. Northern Lights, are they gonna win? They come through, they get this chicken dinner, and it's the 2nd chicken dinner for Northern Lights.
I mean, you just said it there. They've had a fantastic day. Getting 2nd in the first Erangel game, getting 1st in Miramar, and now 1st in Sanhok. And it's just, if we're all going to follow the Northern Lights method, it's pick a compound and just know that that's where the circle's going to go.
Honestly, like, they had a nice prayer last night and said, "Dear our Lord Savior, PUBG God.
Yeah, dear player
can
unknown.
you please gift the circle in our favor tomorrow? We promise to take our vitamins and
Go to bed
and
on
be
time.
good kids and stay and go to bed on time. You know what? It's worked out.
Oh my goodness. And I mean, they were in a stuck position at the end there because as InsideGames and PGA Team moved on to them, especially with the really smart flanks they were making, that led Northern Lights to have this split attention.
Yeah.
And in those situations, it is so easy to be taken advantage of and for other teams to get the better of you. And they were still able to do it. We saw PGA Team have a really great moment. InsideGames got a couple of kills that were really great as well. And then Northern Lights able to just get those final couple of kills in that key moment where there were just a few players remaining.
It was so tough. Like, it was so tough.
It was
Honestly,
down to the wire. It really was.
Any team could have taken it in the end between PGA Team. I could say that PGA Team took too long to take out Deep and Northern Lights. They focused, like, all they had to do was just rush in on that compound and take them out. Like, it was pretty obvious that there was no more than 2 players in that compound. They could have gone in as a 3-man team and they would have wiped them out and they would have been able to focus on the rest of Northern Lights and InsideGames. But they did pay the price by going out in third. Cannot deny the showing that they put on in that game. I think getting 13 kills in the end. Again, one of the most, if not the most consistent team in this final stage.
Yeah, and here we go. Here are our placement points. Again, Team Moop sitting at the bottom. Airstation might just above them. They've had a tough couple of days. Let me tell you that. It's nice to see BetterLuckNxTime having had a couple of good, moments though, moving up a little bit. But otherwise, fairly consistent. Tornado Energy, I think they've done better. They didn't have a terrible day, but there were certainly some moments where you maybe expected them to be the team that would have come out on top. But there we go. There is our top half.
Top 4 teams getting over 10 points, double digits going in their favour. PGA Team, like I said, 13 kills, 5 placement points, 18 in total. Northern Lights, that chicken dinner, 5 kills, nice. And nicely done by them. InsideGames, 6-6. Even Stevens getting 12. And then ELGIG on the firing line, getting those 8 kills. Yes, it's not chicken dinner, but it still shows the strength of their performance in Sanhok.
Yeah, and I mean, ELGIG, they, constantly kind of flirting with the edge of the circle. They were in that precarious position. But, let's have a look at some of the players. Orange going to be sitting at the top. But actually, seniks not very far behind him. A lot of these stats here are very close together. We don't really have one player that's, way further ahead. And then the Wanderer is going to be sat at the top 4 kills. And he did actually get some really great ones. Yeah,
even these then following in second with 4 kills. So that's 9 out of their 13 kills coming out from the 2 players. And this is the head-to-head stats between Northern Lights.
Look at damage.
And PGA Team. 1,800 damage, nearly 1,900 and 13 kills. Northern Lights, like, even even though they had the center compound, they were still popping shots off. They still got 5 kills. Yes, you can say, I think 3 of them or 4 of them came in the final phase.
Oh, wow.
But it was still great to see them get those 5 kills.
I mean, look, the Wanderer is over double the damage that Perfectix did. And it's interesting because when we did see how those points were allocated, really PGA Team, the vast majority of theirs came from kills. Of course. Whereas for Northern Lights, the vast majority came from the fact they got the 10 points for that placement. So, that is really interesting. It is kind of a testament to how those play styles are different.
Normally we see a head-to-head between 2 players of different teams, but like this is a head-to-head between
they
Eve
both
and Wander.
did so well.
Kind of like, that's not even a head-to-head. That's just recognition right there.
Yeah, it's just the top 2 kills came from the same team. That's where they were. Yeah. But anyway, here are your new standings for the end of today. PGA Team sat at the top. Airstation Mike, they've been knocked down into 4th as InsideGames take that 3rd place spot.
Look at that. And Unity climbing up to 5th and Northern Lights going up to 8th. What a turnaround for some of these teams. And YMCA, who got up, I think it was into 5th at the start
went
of the day.
Up from 10th to
They've
5th,
dropped down to 9th. Now, at the end of the day, it's still close, right? Because when you look at Tempest that are on 140 points and YMCA in 9th, that's only 25 points of a difference. The team that I do want to point out, though, that again, it's nothing against them because I know they're an amazing team, but Airstation, they're now 31 points behind
They've been
first
struggling.
place. It's the biggest kind of deficit that we've seen them being to first place in this final stage.
And I mean, this is something that you see across all kinds of games and all kinds of esports, where you have a team who's really strong, but they're like, the rate at which they're improving is not actually as high as the rate that the teams below them are improving. So people start to catch up. I mean, obviously, there's still time for them to sort things out. Maybe they've just had a hard couple of days.
Yeah, of course.
But when, it has been over the course of 2 days now, it is something where you have to think, wow, maybe is this a thing? Yeah, exactly.
But tell you what, every single team does have one more day in this week to go, and we're going to have 5 games tomorrow. Yeah, one extra juicy game for you guys. It's still going to start at the same time, of course, at 1900 CEST. There you go, because we're in a different team zone. But what a day. Northern Knights getting 2 wins in a row. As far as I know, and I could be wrong, but as far as I know, they're the first team to get 2 wins in a row for a day, or 2 wins in one day. I could be wrong. I think Unity might have done it. I have to look back, but still a great day for Northern Knights, pushing themselves into the top 8. Let's see if they can do it tomorrow.
It's like, it feels like every day you're sort of like, okay, yeah, this team decided to, this team made quite an improvement, and but all the others, they're kind of like pretty consistent right now. And every day we're proven wrong. There's always another team that manages to jump up.
I know. I absolutely love to see it. But we'll have to come back tomorrow to see what other teams can shine a light on their performances. As I said, same time, same place. Have a good evening wherever you are. See you all tomorrow.